committing themselves to civil rights, the new government.
The battle has ended.
Good morning.
1969.
This Mary Chapter is not only a guide to those who lead our nation in government.
On notice, Lieutenant General Frederick Ekofo.
Public in an attempt to make scapegoats of Rawlings and his men.
For the first time in Ghana, a group of junior army officers had attempted to
Country. After 3 months, they handed over to a civilian government under Hilal Liman.
I will set the appropriate examples myself from France. B. Parliament is dissolved. C.
Error has come into being in this country. Supposed to be 24.
Of the free maternity care for our women. Late President knew numerous good job.
As a communicator, long and very enthusiastic. Yes, comrade, you have been through very relevant and very up-to-date training orientation course, which is very much tailor-measured to help us understand and handle the problems and difficulties we have been going through in the field, even as we work for NBC as communicators with our entrenched values right from the start of the formation of NBC up to today. Can you tell us your name, where you're coming from, and some of the things you have learned in the orientation program, which you believe is going to be very much relevant to what you are doing in your region?
Okay, my name is Abdul Nasser from Ahafo region.
Okay.
Yeah, specifically from Bichim, but I am the coordinator for the region with my teams from the other constituency. My father is a kidder. He had opportunity to also go to Cuba. So right from my infancy, I've been exposed to his teachings and ideologies. But growing up, when I got to high school, in fact, I wasn't much into outside politics and that. But when the establishment of Young Cadres came, in fact, I began to ask questions and to be curious to know much about what the Cadres stands out about. So today, when we came, in fact, it's today that I've been able to be enlightened about what cadreship is all about. When you come to our constituencies, we know many people are actually performing certain tasks that are related to cadreship, but there are certain principles they lack. And coming to this orientation, I've realized that even though I never knew much about the cadreship, the ideologies, and the principles, but some of them we were actually practicing already. But the intentions behind it, the motive behind the revolution is one thing we were lacking. But today, through this program, I've learned a lot that living here, my young cadres, the ones we are grooming at our various constituencies within the region, are going to also benefit from. I think today has shaping my mentality, and I've moved from that ignorant state to a more open-minded state when it comes to the cadres and the revolution. I realized that the revolution is not about destruction of democracy, but rather putting the democracy on check, to be able to be bold enough to talk to the right things about democracy. Because we realize that people are into these parties for their selfish gain and personal gains. But the ideologies and the principles of the revolution, it wasn't based on personal gains, but rather a social democracy where everybody, it involved inclusiveness, where everybody is tackled and everybody is looked at. So this course, I must say, is very, very relevant. And indeed, I recommend that we should be able to take this task ahead and get a lot of people who are living in the mental slavery, so far as the revolution is concerned, be enlightened to see the light as we have seen today.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for giving us where you're coming from and where you have reached. But let's get a little closer to the reality. You realize, apart from giving us a historical roots of standing, you, for instance, mentioned social democracy. You realize social democracy in itself characterizes the way of the government of the BNDC or revolution approach governance.
Yes.
The grassroots thing, so that people will not be disadvantaged.
Yes.
People who lack will not be so much neglected because they lack the power of the power or some advantage.
Yes.
That's all that has communicated actually manifested in a political, multi-political, ideological form as social democracy.
Sure.
Because in social democracy, you're pushing the effect of those who don't have, or those who are disadvantaged.
Medium.
So that you raise, you try to
balance,
so that they can also accept. That's one of the key principles of social democracy. Now, let's talk about some of the problems that we have discussed, which many of the comrades affirm that is the nature of problems that are facing in the way they're coming from.
Yes.
Suspicions between
the party
people and then leadership.
Yeah. Well, one thing we've realized is that one cannot be a cadre without being an NDC. And one cannot be an NDC without being a cadre. They can be cadre only when they are following or they abide by the principles and the ideologies of leadership. So one thing I would say is that due to ignorance of the fact that leadership involves much, it goes beyond just going to rallies and other stuff. But the intention of being the party and helping the party's ideology to be manifest in people to know what actually the party and its ideology stand for, rather than they feel threatened that cadre or as a cadre are threats to them. It's because they lack the knowledge and the principles of the cadreship. That is why they feel threatened. So these are the problems we face when the election 2024 was coming to take place, when we started to mobilize people for the cadre. They thought we were trying to set a different agenda and get them out of the way for the cadres to take over. But it wasn't so. It was collaborative to collaboratively work with them so that our agenda of winning the 2024 election and the subsequent ones will be materialized. But they didn't realize that. The only thing they thought was we coming to the picture will be a threat in terms of their positions, in terms of any other grants that probably may be due them, will probably be divided and so on and so forth. And they might be stripped of certain responsibilities or certain opportunities that may come their way. So that has been the major reason why they are not cooperating with us. But it's about time
What were the recommendations in the training that you were giving in the face of such attitude?
Good. What we realize is that we need to integrate ourselves with them and be part of any activities they partake, and also write to them when we are also doing something. We should also involve them, and then let them know that the cause we are all fighting or channel through is the same. And for that matter, cadres are not different from them, but it's just that it is a branch that also needs attention, because at the end of the day, we are all working towards the same goals. Yes. And the one thing that we as cadres need to exhibit is the fact that we are not in for any goodies, or we are not in there for any personal gains, but to make sure the ideologies are really sell out to the people of our various region and constituency, so that when even it gets to election, we will not even worry ourselves or waste too much time on convincing people on campaign tours, because if they are equipped with the ideologies and the principles, they themselves will know where to vote to. So that problem, we are going to the various constituency, and we are going to meet up with those executives, the party executives, and educate them as to the major goals and the main goals of the cadreship, and what we stand to do for the party to thrive always.
Well, I wish you good luck in that.
Yeah.
And people who were standing shoulder to shoulder with people who have now gained positions have already started complaining.
Yes.
And when they call, even their calls are not the answer.
Yes.
So if you say you are going to there to meet office holders and then to educate them, I doubt whether you are going to meet them readily or easily. It's not going to be an easy task, but the fact is, a cadre is a cadre.
A cadre is a cadre.
And a comrade, cadre is somebody with principles that last.
Yes.
Those are some of the principles that I wanted you to speak about.
Yeah.
But let's apply ourselves to, we are not in government.
Yes.
We've got a lot of things ahead of us, promises. We have already carved a good image for ourselves by political, economic management.
Yeah.
But what are some of the things that we can point to that we have to go we have to, continue to face aggressively as cadres after winning election that you can talk about?
Yes. I think the government is on the path of transformation, and for that matter, what normally I urge the people is that many will come in the form of sheep, but they are wolf underneath. So they should be vigilant, and they should be open-minded, and they should know which political party has a good thing to offer the people of Ghana, and for that matter, or everyone. So it's a matter of educating, mobilizing the youth and then the young cadre and educate them with the principles, so that they also realize that if the government come in power, it's not automatic that definitely the government needs to give them job, even though it's government's responsibility to provide job and other opportunities for everyone. But it is not automatic that you're supposed to get job because your party is in power, because that is the spirit we are building up with our youth and then the newcomers.
We are actually working towards creating jobs. Through some of the initiatives that we have in place.
Yes.
24-hour
economy, the Feed Ghana program and everything.
And a couple of them that have
Yes.
already been initiated, training people so that they will have a private skills.
Yes.
So we are working towards creating the jobs
Yes.
and giving the youth their expectation of jobs because everybody needs jobs.
Yes.
But some of the maybe fallouts, very much. So you see, economy when the economy is so poor,
Yes.
and so many things have gone down, you don't have that multiplier effect.
Yes.
That was what caused the suffering under the
regime.
regime. So as we keep working and creating, as we provide 1, 2, 3, 4, the multiplier effect will come in.
Yes.
And then more and more jobs will be created.
Sure.
So that the goals of our youth
Yes.
will be attained.
And government is also supporting the private sector, also expand the private sector for them
Much of the
24 economy is
meant to
meant
be
to
the
be
private
sectors.
sector.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's keep hope alive,
Yes.
and we shall win.
Sure.
As we work hard, but we need to work hard.
We need to work hard.
As leaders,
Yes.
as compatriots, and as people who are standing shoulder to shoulder with the NDC.
Yes. Yes.
So unity we shall make.
We shall make it.
Unity like strength.
Sure.
Yeah. So thanks a lot for coming to the program.
Thank
we
you.
shall see you very soon.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, all the way from Ahafo.
Yeah.
Committing themselves to civil rights, the new government.
The battle has ended.
Good morning.
1969.
Missionary Charter is not only a guide to those who lead our nation in government.
On notice, Lieutenant General Sheriff Ikofu.
Public in an attempt to make scapegoats of Rawlings and his men.
For the first time in Ghana, a group of junior army officers had attempted to
Country. After 3 months, they handed over to a civilian government under Hilal Liman.
I will set the appropriate examples myself from